Hi there, it's Andy Mack from Akai Pro, and I'd like to welcome you to the MPC Studio Masterclass series. Now, throughout this masterclass, we've created 11 exciting episodes that walks you through the entire beat making process using your MPC Studio. So we're going to cover making your beats from the ground upwards, creating bass lines using 808s and synth bass textures, chords and melodics using plug-in instruments, through to adding lo-fi effects, mixing techniques, through to arranging your track and exporting your files directly out of MPC. And we've also included exclusive project files so you can follow along with the entire course. So why don't you sit back and let's dive straight in to the MPC Studio Masterclass.
Hi there, welcome to the MPC Academy. My name's Andy Mack and I'm going to be walking you through this series of videos with our new Masterclass series covering the whole production process using our brand new MPC Studio and the MPC software. Now, there's going to be 11 episodes in the masterclass, so we're going to be looking at creating our beat from the ground upwards, adding all of our different elements such as melodics, chords, progressions to our 808 and synth bass lines, to mixing, adding effects, and then arranging our beat into more of a song structure, and then going through the export process for sharing your beats online or stemming them out. But let's have a listen to the track we're going to be creating in the masterclass. So as you can hear, this project covers all of the fundamental elements of a track, such as your drums, 808, bass lines, chord and lead melodies, to the complete song arrangement, which means that there's so many great things for us to cover. Now, before we begin, make sure you download the masterclass project files that we've provided using the link in the video description below. This gives you access to the same project files, which includes the sequences, samples, and the instruments used in this masterclass. This means that you can follow along with the whole process, but we're also going to be creating this beat from the ground up so you can learn all of the different techniques and features which can then be applied to your own beat making. Now, once you've downloaded the project file, open up the MPC software and simply drag the XPJ file called MPC Studio Masterclass inside the MPC software, and this will automatically load up the project template for you. And once loaded, you'll now have the same assets. So as I go through my track and sequences, you can see that we have everything already named for you to start the masterclass. Now, to start making our beats, we need to start with an empty sequence. Now, to do this, it's really straightforward. We hold down the Shift button and we press select, and then we turn the data wheel to the right, and we've now got an empty sequence to start programming our beats. Now, we need to name our beat. So we're going to head over to the top left of our software where it says sequence, and double click, and let's call this masterclass, but let's name it number 2. And then below this we have our bars and tempo. Now, we're going to keep our bar length at 4 at the moment, but we're going to extend that later in the series, but we're going to change our tempo. So to do this, hold down the tempo button and then use the data wheel to change your tempo. So we're going to take this down to 96 BPM, and then we need to select an empty track to start recording our idea. So press track select, and we can now see all of the different tracks that are available. So we're going to start on track 1, but we also need to tell MPC what type of track this is going to be. Now, it defaults on drums, but if we hold down Shift and press the program select, you see it says track type. So here, MPC has a number of different track types. So we have drums, which is for our conventional way of playing drum kits and samples. Then we have key groups, which is a more sample-based way of playing sounds. So we can play 808 synth basses. And then we have plugins. Now, this is where you access MPC's internal plugin instruments. And we have everything from hype through to drum synth, which will all be accessed here. And you can also access third-party plugins such as Serum if you own those. Then we have MIDI for controlling external synthesizers and modules, or you can use the MIDI in and the MIDI out. Then we have Clip, which is for our clip launching mode. So if you want to work with loops, this is the perfect mode to be using for triggering loops on the pads. Then we have CV, which allows us to trigger and record CV modular racks. So let's go back to drums, and this is the track type that we're using to put the foundation down of our beat. So now we need to name our track. So press track select, and then we'll go over to the software, and we're going to call this drums. And then now we've done that, you'll see that the LCD screen is updated, displaying our track name. Now, to access the drum kit that we're going to be using to start our beat, if you press the Program Select button, this allows you to select any of the drum kits loaded into MPC's memory by using the data wheel, which is displayed on the LCD screen. Now, if you want to load more drum kits from the factory libraries, just press the Browser button, and this will open up MPC's media browser. Now, once this is opened, you will now see on the screen all of the drum kits that are available in that expansion pack. So as an example, we're inside Gold Dust, and as I move through the screen, it's giving me a preview of each drum kit. And to load that kit, simply just push down on the data wheel. And now that'll be loaded into MPC's memory. Now we can access all of the different expansion packs as well. Just simply click on the relevant expansion pack and you'll see all of the different drum kits that are available inside each pack. Now if you select sample, this allows you to now browse all of the different samples that are available in each expansion pack. Now before we begin our masterclass, we need to make sure we save our work. Now to do this is very straightforward, and we can do this from the hardware. So if you hold down the mode button and press pad 16, this will automatically save everything that you've got loaded into memory. If we go to file on the software, we can go to save project as, which allows you to create a new project name or use save project to rewrite over your existing name. Now that we've covered all of the basics, on our next episode, I'm going to be walking you through the entire process of building our beat from scratch using all of the assets that we've just loaded. So until next time, see you on the next lesson.